Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead, and today I went to the local fruit stand or farmer stand to get corn for the freezer, and what do you think they had? Plums. Lovely, lovely plums. And since my trees won't be ready for a year or two, I'm going to make plum jam with my homemade pectin because you asked for it. Okay, so I've washed my plums, and I have a lot. I didn't realize how little I needed. Now, I'm just cutting these up and getting them ready. I need 4 cups of sliced plums. Now, all I'm doing is going around the natural seam and just doing that, and the pits come right out. So obviously, these are a freestone variety. And I'm just slicing them up. Now you can put them in, I suppose, in halves, but you want the correct amount in your measuring cup. So the smaller they are, the more accurate your measurement. Okay, our lids have been washed and rinsed and are in a bowl of hot tap water. My boil bath canner is just a good sized stock pot with a wire rack in the bottom, and I've added a splash of vinegar to keep the jars from clouding. Now remember folks, the water has to go above the jars, 1 inch to 2 inches. 4 cups of sliced plums, pitted and sliced. 4 cups of sugar, and 1/2 pint or 1 cup of my homemade pectin. Let's get started. Okay, in our heavy bottom saucepan, we're going to put our plums and our pectin. We're not going to put the sugar in first. We want that liquid in there. Now we're just going to start, we're going to bring this up to a boil. Okay, these are starting to heat up nicely. So we're going to go ahead and add our sugar. And we are going to stir until all the sugar is dissolved. Now, these plums are yellowish on the inside, but they're still, it's the color of the skin that's going to make this jam a pretty rosé type color. I'm hoping anyway. And we just want to bring this back up to a bubble and let this cook for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes until the fruit is soft enough to puree. Okay, so we've brought this up to a boil, and I'm just going to try and hit it with a hand blender and see if my fruit is soft enough yet. Oh well. We caught some skins on the end there, but not bad. Okay, you take a nice stainless steel spoon and you take some and you pour it off, and see how the drops are separate? Oh, I guess you can't see that. Shoot. See how the drops kind of are separate when you pour them off? Okay, we want them to do what is known as sheeting from the spoon, and we are almost sheeting from the spoon. Okay, so I have been cooking this for approximately 15 minutes, and now we're going to test to see if it sheets from the spoon. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the jelly and I'm going to pour it. Now see how those droplets, whoops, see how those droplets run together and kind of form a sheet? Almost there. See how they run together? That means it's ready to set up. There we go. All right, let's bottle it up. Okay. Our jars have been washed, rinsed, and put in a 215-degree oven for 15 minutes. We're going to fill it up to 1 inch from the top. My sons are going to be so happy this Christmas. Always, always wipe the rims. Especially when you're working with something sticky, try and wipe the threads too. On goes the lid. And into the canner this goes. And when I have them all in the canner, we'll be back. So, in here I have 1 pint and 4 half-pint jars, which makes 6 half-pint jars. And I have just a little bit left over so that when it cools down, Papa can try it on toast. Now, we are going to just put a lid on this. Remember, Your water has to be above the tallest jar by 1 inch to 2 inches. I'm going to put a lid on it, and when this comes back to a boil, we're going to process this in a water bath canner for 10 minutes. Okay, our timer has gone off, and here comes our plum jam. Now, because it's hot, it's going to be liquidy until it cools down and then sets. You want to leave it sitting on a folded towel or placemat for at least 12 hours. All right, we'll be back in a bit. As soon as, oh, there's that sound I love. We'll be back in a little bit, and I'll make Daddy a piece of toast, and he can tell you whether or not we were a success. Now let's see how our jam in the jars is still runny, but this is the cooled down stuff, and look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Little bits of skin in there, but that is quite okay. Let's see what Papa thinks. Oh, Papa!
Yes, my love.
Try the plum jam. It's not strawberry, which is your favorite, but yeah, I know you're not fussy on plums. Don't you have to smell it, for heaven's sakes?
It's actually very good.
Awesome. This is Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, plum jam, made with homemade pectin and Papa approved. Doesn't get any better than that. Mwah. Take care. God bless.